Hey everyone, Brian with you from the Game Cabinet. We're doing our AI-only championship series. We are on to the second chance rounds, and we're coming to the end of group stage 1 here. So at the end of this group stage, we will officially have 5 civs eliminated. As of now, things are looking pretty dang good for Simón and Pericles. The rest are playing currently catch up. You know, without having dramatic ages mode, it's going to take a lot for people to actually overcome it. But, you know, we'll see. I mean, that's the thing. Like, there's less RNG, so yeah, it's less punishing to the civs, but it definitely, I think, removes some of the drama. Because, like, at this point, what's going to happen for Simón to actually end up losing his lead? You know, at this point, I think the only way Simón doesn't make it would be... I wouldn't even know, because, like, a Dark Age isn't going to flip any of his stuff. So he would need... honestly, probably a couple Dark Ages, and then just kind of like to have like maybe Pericles just pass him and then have like someone like Victoria or Harald actually shoot off a rocket and win the game. I think that would be about the only way that he could end up losing it. The other options, we do have Apocalypse mode on. So, you know, there is a theoretical chance that the rockets or the meteors come to Earth and just destroy him. They still don't have any... there is a little bit of coal, okay, but there's still one. And we, I mean, I think there's still a good chance for getting Apocalypse mode. I don't think there's anything really stopping that from happening. And pretty much everyone has science right now, so it's like, it's one of those things if everyone's getting, here's the thing actually, no, we will have Apocalypse mode because we don't have Dramatic Ages mode. The only time we don't get Apocalypse mode is when we had Dramatic Ages flipping half the freaking world before like turn 200. So yeah, no, we'll definitely get Apocalypse mode at this point. So what is currently happening? Do we have any wars going on? I would love to click through. That is not the way you click through people, Brian. Too much in the base game, man. Too much in the base game. Okay, so you're peaceful. You are peaceful. You're currently at war with Simón. You're at war with Zulu. You're at war with Harald. Yeah. You're at war with Nubia. And yeah, they're peaceful. Okay, so we have Zulu at war with Nubia, right? Or was it against England? No, it was against Nubia, which is rather interesting. Okay, I would assume here that Zulu declared the war. Come on, give me the army. Yeah, that seems very likely, especially since she has no army. Now, despite that, I don't necessarily see him being able to take anything. He's got a decent fleet, but the AI just is not good at naval invasions, man, or attacking across the sea. That's just like probably their weakest. And then, of course, we have you against Gran Colombia. Gran Colombia is only at 64. Now 131, so he's extraordinarily weak at this point, but he's in a fairly safe position, mostly because everyone has to cross the sea to actually catch up to him, except Norway. The other thing in which we could have some comebacks is there are still a bunch of these random islands, and Norway's actually doing a pretty dang good job here. Yeah, Norway's all the way up in 3rd, and I think Norway's maybe going to be able to get into 2nd here. England's also settling a lot of these islands as well. Okay. That's what's interesting. Is China still near the bottom? Yeah, I mean, Nubia is definitely way far down. Nubia basically got completely screwed here by England. I mean, they were pretty much in a bad spot, but then the fact that they just didn't go on the advantage and start settling really hindered them. Can we talk about how Samarkand here has tanks and freaking infantry? What the hell? Nubia is their suzerain too. How do they have that already? I hadn't seen tanks or infantry from anyone. What the freaking heck? What are they new? You can now build trading dome improvements. Yeah, they're one of the newer ones. Interesting. That's strange. I don't think I've ever seen a city-state out-tech the players. Huh. Okay, like we've not seen any tanks and we've definitely not seen infantry. I don't think I've seen... I mean, we've seen musketmen on a couple people, but not a lot. I mean, here, Gran Colombia has AT crews, which means he's probably close. I mean, I suppose we could look. Maybe he just doesn't have the resource for it, but he does have it unlocked. Okay, so he does have tanks unlocked, and he does have infantry unlocked. Still, though, that's just one AI. I can't imagine anyone else has it. Yeah, he's at 400 right now. I can't imagine anyone else has it. That's strange. All right, well, there you go. This would be really great for Nubia to go ahead and suzerain in, then. Muro is starting to take damage. Still okay, though. Those walls are still at 50%. They're still, what, medieval? Yeah, they're medieval walls. The frigate, I mean, is doing damage, but There's not enough stuff here to really come and make a difference. I wonder who the walls are actually shooting right now. Nubia also has a pike and shot here, which will help defeat the other pike and shot, so they should still be okay. They might end up losing the walls, but I mean, how are they going to take the city? Yeah, there goes. Oh, you know what? I think they're maybe shooting the pike and shot. Maybe. The frigate now actually shot Nubia's pike and shot. Nubia needs to put their pike and shot there and then murder him. Yeah, probably. Although they do need to start doing some damage on the frigates. And it looks like Zulu's starting to pull back. I mean, it was a loser war. Then Gran Colombia, they now are peaceful with Norway. They're probably trying to get their army back up. The other thing we could see happen here is we could see some, I was going to say nukes, but some death robots popping out. And then, you know, the AI wouldn't be too terrible when it comes to invasion with that. The biggest issue, though, in stopping Simón is the fact that really the only way he's going to get stopped at this point would be via someone out-attacking him, and that's just not happening. So, Pericles in the culture game. So he's at 324. I don't think that's enough. He was going pretty hard there, but he kind of plateaued, if that makes sense. Like the arc or the incline, the rate at which he was gaining culture at one point was very, very good and exactly what he needed to go ahead and win. But then it really just plateaued at a certain point, and yeah, he's just not going to be able to do it right now. He's actually going to end up losing Olympia. No, he won't, because there's no melee units. Interesting. Which is hilarious because China's still rolling around with swordsmen. Dude, sneaky China, man. Oh, they did take it. Oh, I didn't even see that musketman. Where did that thing come from? All right, well, he burned down Olympia. That was a lot of culture too. He dropped almost 40 culture. Pericles is in second place. So that is very interesting. And now Athens cannot be, remember, Athens cannot be raised. Yeah, it would actually be better for the world if China came over here and started blowing up Pharsalos. Now, what's interesting about this has got to be Phara? This is Athens. Oh, interesting. So all this territory now just converted over to Athens. Like, that's ridiculously huge territory here. Like, seriously. That's Athens here, too. Oh, my God. That's Athens. Holy crap. So Athens is like this. That's a little ridiculous. That's definitely a little ridiculous. Special session of World Congress. Is there a military emergency for someone that burned down and, you know, destroyed your city? I know it's for conquering. Yeah, okay, so it did pass. Yeah, everyone said yes. Does that mean you're at war with them, or is this just an aid one? I think it's probably just an aid one. I don't think it was a war one. Yeah, it was just an aid request. So, Pericles is going to start making a bunch of money off of this. We did get a new era. What did we end up here? So, Dark Ages for everyone. Oh my God, we've seen, what, one Gold Age this entire freaking game? Wow. We turned off Dramatic Ages mode. Who knew that, like, literally, that was gonna result in no one ever getting Golden Ages? It's like the AI's like, we're playing Dramatic Age. We don't need a Golden Age now. Who cares? England's running around with tanks. Interesting. Interesting. How are our armies looking? Oops, double click. Army. No, I don't want England. I want army. Oh my God, game. Dude, I miss. Next group stage, we're going to try it with DirectX 12 again and see if that works. Hi, game, please. Oh my God, for the love of everything bright and holy. Okay, China's at 788. China actually has one of the larger armies right now. Shaka ended up losing a lot of power. Harald's looking pretty good too. Harald actually has the largest army. England's at 476. England does not have an army large enough to compete against Shaka, although Shaka does have quite a bit of his army right now wrapped up in like dead territory. Seriously, I did not click off of it. The thing that I'm kind of wondering about this, actually I want to look at yields. He's a little bit behind right now. He probably just picked a different pathway. The fact that she has tanks and he doesn't, but she did have low oil, which is, you know, the biggest issue here when it comes to any of the late game resources, units, stuff. Okay, so let's look here. Anyone generating oil? As of now, no one's generating oil. Bunch of niter, couple uraniums, but no one's generating oil. Surely you have oil unlocked to get to tank? Surely? No, actually. That's why you're low oil. How did you build a tank then? If you have no oil and you've never had oil, how the heck did you get a tank? How'd you upgrade to a tank? That should not have been possible. You can't even build it. No, you can't even build it without oil. So what the heck? Yeah, refining's up there. That's interesting because all the oil stuff is all down here. So it's actually very similar to, you know, the actual tech tree where the oil's on an absolute different tech tree. I hope they fix that. At some point, I do hope they readjust where oil goes in the base tech tree. Although I guess with the dramatic ages, with the tech shuffle, it's not as big of a deal. But I don't know. I feel like oil should come out a little bit earlier and it should be a prereq to like infantry and stuff like that, to actually like research it, because it's kind of annoying because like you get planes, you get infantry, and you still haven't even, and you get artillery and you still don't have oil, and you're like, what the hell? Okay, so how goes our war up here? It looks like they pieced out. Oh, I actually thought that meteor was hitting here. You know, one thing we didn't, are these comments, what are these called? Meteor shower. I should have looked, man, I don't have it pulled up because it's a new day. But my assumption here, that's how they got a tank. Meteor shower. That makes sense. Okay. Well, we answered our own question. But anyways, I was about to say, I wish I still had the XML file up because I would love to see, I'm pretty sure that meteor shower cannot actually, it has to land on an unoccupied tile. The question is, does it have to be a tile? Because this tile wasn't owned by anything. I would actually say it was probably an unowned tile as well. I don't remember seeing anything about the meteor shower, but I wasn't really looking for it because I was looking at the comment stuff, so. But that would be my assumption, is it's got to be an unoccupied tile. I still do want to go ahead and make the meteor showers affect the water too. Like, I mean, here, look at the map. Like, you can tell that about 50% of this map is water, which means you're 50% more likely, if you exist on land, to get hit by meteor, because, you know, half of the land is, half of the places the meteor can fall, can't fall in water. Wait, I'm saying that totally weird. But anyways, the meteor can't fall on half of the map, so it makes you twice as more likely to get hit. Which, you know, the meteor should be able to hit water. Like, there's no reason it shouldn't. It should create, like, it should hit the water and then create a tsunami, which would be kind of interesting. Yeah, it is kind of weird that they never did tsunamis. Or earthquakes. Huh. Those would both be rather interesting. Yeah, like, imagine earthquakes happening. Imagine, like, the plates shifting. Imagine them actually making the map with plates on it, and then the plates could split, so theoretically, like, the continents could actually split. Or then meteors or earthquakes happen, then it creates, like, tsunamis. Like, that would be interesting, would that not? Like, an earthquake happens here, and then all the tiles around flood and get pillaged. And, like, any city would just get absolutely destroyed. Like, to me, unless it has a flood barrier, that would be freaking cool, too. Less comments, more freaking earthquakes splitting continents. So not really talking much about the game, which quite frankly is what happens a lot when we don't have dramatic age mode on. I'm going to keep harping on this, apparently. Pericles, though, is losing his lead, though, quite quickly at this point. What's he at now with culture? If we could ever get the click off. Yeah, he's all the way down to 262. He might have shifted off of it. I think he probably switched some policies at this point. We could probably sit here and look. We should have taken a look here before, too. He's got the Dark Age policies going, but he has nothing to do with culture. So, yeah, if he's going for a cultural victory, he's not really doing a good job of it. So what does that mean? That means no one's going to win a cultural victory. So at this point, it definitely seems like Simón's going to win a science victory. He's got death robots popping out. Interesting. He has freaking monarchy still. You have 604 science and somehow you're at monarchy? I mean, I know that comes from your culture, but still. Like, really? He's democracy and fascism unlocked and somehow he's still rolling with monarchy? Okay. This seems like awkward programming. Why would the AI not be programmed to take the newer one? I suppose what's happening is the AI wants communism. And so it's well, no, now it just switched to fascism. All right, never mind. I was going to say it wanted communism, and so it's staying on monarchy till then. Maybe it just grabbed fascism? And that's still what's happening, is it wanted fascism and not democracy? But still, there's literally no reason not to take the future one. Like, there's absolutely zero reason to ever hold, like, a tier 2 government when a tier 3 one is there. Like, communism is still better than Merchant Republic, even if you would rather get democracy, you know? If nothing else, it gives you the extra envoys per turn. But anyways, we also wanted to see what he was looking like here. So, has he gotten any of the rockets? Yo, leave me alone. Stop. Calm. So he does have the Mars colony. The moon landing he does not have, though. Where is rocketry? There it is. So he could theoretically be building the rocket sites. He's decommissioning? No, he's converting nuclear power. Okay. And he's building Operation Ivy. Well, that's interesting. So he's not building any rocket sites, even though he has it. What does that mean? He might not be going for a science victory. In the scheme of things, not that big of a deal yet, because he still has such a gigantic advantage over everyone else, but, a little weird. So we got 10 turns left. We'll see if anyone else is able to get out of a dark age. Apparently no one is able to, but we'll see. Also got to keep an eye out and see if anyone builds rockets. But, like, right now, who's second closest? Maybe Harald? Yeah, I mean, no one's really in a good spot here at this point. Dude, Harald did a really good job of settling here. England kind of slowed down a bit. Like, they still have all this island. I mean, they got these 2 cities and then kind of just, like, chilled. China also did a pretty okay job, too. They still need a couple more over here. I'm not going to fault the AI so much from, like, kind of getting lazy and settling as the late game happens, because that happens a lot with me, too, where it's like, I want to settle all of this, and then late game comes, and I'm like, whatever. By the way, this is, like, freaking cool. So you got the neighborhood sitting there on the coast, on the mountains, on the cliffs, and then you kind of come down the cliffs and you get a little water park. Kind of interesting. Although it's kind of funny, because it's like, oh, hey, we're part of this city, but we're, like, literally, like, a huge river. Like, this isn't a river. This is, like, a giant, like, not even a lake size. Like, this is tremendously, like, this is the lake. The lake is like 1 tile wide, and that's like 2 tiles. So it's kind of weird that you're part of the city. Just, you know, not the most realistic, I suppose, but it is what it is. Apparently, in one of our previous games, I was looking at Lake Red Tab, but it was like showing up wrong because of the name and stuff like that, which it looks like the same thing here. I think it's just like this one's actually like you can actually see the name of the wonder on it. So I think that's what's happening there. So we're 50, 65 turns away, 64 turns away. How's the wonder game looking right now? Simón is just rolling with it right now. Yeah, he's got a lot of wonders too. Yeah. Dude, can we talk about China with what, like 5 wonders? That's it. And then Nubia with the single wonder. My God. Did they? Oh, they ended up losing Merlot. All right. Hello. I didn't realize they were still at war. Also, Norway with the aircraft carriers. And somehow they're full loyalty? What? How? What? How are you full loyalty there? Also, Norway is at war against Shaka, so Norway is trying to take it back. I'm slightly confused by this full loyalty capital in the middle of nowhere. I mean, obviously, it's got to be like Shaka policies. He must have some pretty heavy loyalty policies rolling all around. Interesting. Okay, so this next era, everyone got a golden age, or heroic age rather, except Pericles, Nubia, and England. So Nubia is pretty much gone at this point. That probably also knocks out England as well, although they've been doing pretty good. Yeah, they're starting to fall behind. And then probably the same thing with China. It's the 3 bottom ones all got the dark age, or rather the normal age, avoided the heroic age. Now the question is Norway going to be able to take Merlot? Probably not. Probably not. Harald needs just a few more points to catch up to Pericles, so he's not too far back. I'm just double checking, making sure there's no other wars going on, because we totally missed that. To be honest, I didn't expect them to be able to take it. They must have just kept bringing ships and then just slowly pillaged it down to nothing. The thing is, it's only at 64 combat strength, which is not that big. Aircraft carrier is only at 65. I thought aircraft carrier was higher than that. I thought the aircraft was like 70 or something. Aircraft carrier. Yeah, default's at 65. Interesting. So, yeah, that's not going to be super useful then. I mean, it's the exact same. Okay, can we talk about how the aircraft carrier is at 65, but a caravel fleet is also 65? The walking bounty fleet. That seems not quite right. I mean, I know the aircraft carrier are not offensive, you know, powerhouses. They're about housing planes, but still, that's a little strange. All right, now it looks like England's going to war. And I think Norway peaced. Nope, Norway and Gran Colombia's all at war now, too. England's got the destroyers. If they had the battleships, that would make a huge difference. Nubia finally did come settle over here, and, well, yeah, they're losing it like we expected would happen. They're trying to claw their way back, but they really need that capital back, and right now, I don't see how they're going to be able to do that. 64 combat strength is going to be takeable. Unfortunately, no one really... like, they're just in a terrible spot right now. Just in an absolutely terrible spot to actually get there and take it. So then, China, are you at war still? No. 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 Did he ever resettle? He did. He did. So then, this land, it's still Athens. Interesting. Interesting. So Athens still ridiculously large. He's building the Cristo Redentor. Looks like he's, yeah, he did tone up his culture a little bit more. I wonder, do you just lose the Great Works if the city gets burned to the ground? That's my assumption. The fact that he lost like some 50% culture or some 50 culture, I think there had to be Great Works in the city. And I think when it got pillaged, I think they just disappear. Which somewhat makes sense, but you know what would be interesting is I feel like an artifact site should be created when you burn a city down. Right? Like that would make sense. Although maybe after a couple hundred years, but still. So England is not at war with Shaka. Well, no, she actually is at war now with Shaka. Oh, yeah. That was probably the greatest tragedy in this game for England. As the fact is, she really needed to go to war and actually take over some stuff with Shaka, and she was just never able to do it. By the way, are you shooting rockets off yet? Have you even decided to look? You got death orbits, and there's your first rocket site, I think. So, no, second. He does have the first Earth satellite being shot out. Okay. So he's popping out death orbits. What's his army? It looks like he still has no army. 651. Okay, so he does have death orbits. Does he have the uranium to support these? No. No, he does not. He does not. So they're not going to be super useful then. It looks like the emergency is going to be probably won here by Shaka, and he just jumped up to 84, which means he got some new melee troop here. Wouldn't have been the spec ops. Let's see, what did you get that just jumped everything up there? 84. I'm trying to think what late game unit would give it to him. Because you're at 82 range strength, but only 72 melee strength. This is only 65. Now, technically, it would be like a 90-something strength unit, because he doesn't have anything garrisoning the city. So the fact that it's at 84... Although, actually, does that 5 include Victor's 5? I actually don't know that. I've never noticed. He's not fully established, so I suppose it wouldn't because he's not fully established. I do want to see if that number jumps up. My assumption is no. I think it's only when you attack, it's just one of the modifiers. But I'm still wondering, AT is what, 70? Oh no, it does apply. Oh, interesting. Did not know that. AT crew is 70. So to get to 84, he's seen something that's in like the 90 range. Which is so weird because we don't see any units. There it is. There it is. There you go. 92. Yep. 92, and so then it was at 84, so it gets -10, and then the districts bumped it up to 84 or something along those lines. So because of the districts and stuff like that, that's how he ended up at 84. So he must have built that, because he was at 50-something. He maybe just bought that straight away? Not entirely sure. Or he might have just straight built an AT crew army. Now, that's his strong point, is getting those armies and stuff earlier. Unfortunately, he didn't really utilize them. Now, these destroyers aren't going to do a whole lot here. The 80 melee strength against 89, sorry. But the death robot is rather interesting, because 120 range strength. How distracted is he going to be here, though, with the district, number 1? Number 2, the low uranium, oh my god. So no, it's still attacking at 114. But it's doing almost nothing against those walls, though. And he has a name. The Mammoth Ogre. Dude, why have I never named my death robots before? Probably because I never get them because the game's usually over by the time they pop out. Touche. But oh my god, that's amazing. I love it. I love it. How do you not have uranium, man? I feel like he had uranium. You know what? He might just be at a negative because of... Well, let's see. Can we do this and can we see here? Yes, we actually can. Nope. So he's not accumulating any. Huh. Interesting. I thought he had some uranium. Dude, a couple nice tiles there. How's the rockets going? He's shooting off the second one right now. Anyone else coming anywhere close? Yeah, actually. China caught up. But the thing is, they're still way behind, which means they're still not going to have the tech for the last few. Yeah, there's no way they're going to be able to shoot off and win. Because they still got to get all the late ones. Yeah, they don't have any of the later ones. So... unfortunate. So it looks like Simón is definitely going to cruise to victory, and Harald's going to potentially pull off second place now. He has taken it. He started settling all these islands, and honestly, that's 100% what happened. I think that mixed with Greece ending up losing this city. I know he ended up rebuilding it, but it's not going to be as good as what it was before. So, and right now, that's probably the difference. Yeah, I mean, 13-point difference. I would actually think if whatever that city's was, it was Sparta, I think. Yeah, if it still existed, no, Sparta's over there. Whatever it was, if it still existed, would probably still be in first place or second place. It's still close enough though that it's anyone's game. So wonders, let's double check here. Are you building any wonders right now? And also, he might have lost a wonder or two. I don't know. I wasn't paying him much attention to what was in the city. So no, he's not building any wonders. I don't know there's any left. The Estadio, okay. And if he can get the Estadio, that's great. That's another 15 points. That helps pad his lead. Gran Colombia is not building it. No. Shaka. Only really have to look kind of in the main area because, you know, the island settlements aren't going to really be able to build it in time. Okay, what about China? No. Yeah, no, so, okay, we just had a flood. Oh, dang, we're all the way up to freaking phase 5 now. Yeah, it's going quick. Statue of Liberty kind of exists out in the middle of nowhere now. But yeah, he should be able to get the Estadio unless it just got pillaged. Where'd the Estadio go? Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o. It just got pillaged. No! Oh, that sucks. Norway. Oh, no. And commenters cry. This is why you don't play with Apocalypse mode on. Calm down. Calm down. So he is up by, God, less 20 points, man. That's a tight game. That's a very tight game. This is just a dam. That's not going to make much of a difference. I mean, at this point, like, building any districts you can is what's needed. So I actually think England might be able to get it because they were the one building the stadium. And they were about the only one I saw building a stadium, which means they're probably going to go for the Estadio after this. How far behind are they? So let's see. You're a little, you're like 150 away. Shaka has a chance if he takes over the rest of Nubia. He should have won the emergency. You know what? He probably had the loyalty because of the emergency. I bet you that's what was happening. Because I bet the emergency's over and now he's just losing it. Although I don't remember the emergency giving him... Maybe it was plus 20? I thought it was only like plus 5 or something from the emergency. But maybe it was plus 20. But yeah, alright, it's gone. So what he needed to do was go ahead and take over some of these other towns while that emergency was going. Unfortunately, this is going to set him back quite a bit. And that was like the one wonder over here as well. Wait, she had more than that? I thought she had like 3 wonders. Did she lose one of her other wonders? I know she had the Jebel. I know she had the pyramids. I thought she had like the Petra or something like that. I guess not. Also, she was building the Hajea, it looked like. So someone else must have built it because she stopped it. Interesting. Interesting indeed. So you're getting some flood barriers. You're actually shooting off the Mars colony. Question is, we are, what, I For whatever reason, I see 85, I think 50. But no, it's 15 to 15. We're 30 turns away. So it's highly unlikely he's going to be able to shoot off and win a rocket victory in time. Apocalypse mode we're looking at. So how are we feeling about these game modes? Well, actually, hey, let's look here at religion real quick. So, I mean, the religion game didn't really change much more than, you know, normal. If we look here at score, this is like, that's their yield per turn, correct? This is their total faith, I think. Like, if I click on Harald, yeah. So this is their total faith. So you can see, you know, for the most part, no one has a lot of faith. The hope is the fact that we don't have secret societies means they're going to be able to utilize their faith, you know, with rock bands or with naturalists, even though, although actually I have seen some national parks recently from the AI, so maybe they actually do build them now. Or also apostles and stuff like that for religious gameplay. So there is hope then that they're going to end up using their faith for that. I kind of still don't like the dramatic age mode. I think it is a little kind of, well, I think it's a lot more boring because it's like someone starts running away with the game and it's like, all right, GG. Like, this game has not really been in question for Simón there for the longest time. We thought that they might have a chance, or other people might have a chance, simply because there was a lot of other territory around for people to settle, and Norway did do that. And then we also kind of thought that maybe someone else would be able to shoot off rockets, but then it turns out that everyone kind of has flatlined. Yeah, see, they're building national parks now. Huh. The AI didn't build national parks for the longest time, so interesting. I'm assuming they probably got the Hajea. Yeah, especially with the score like that. So Harald is still less than 20 points up right now. It is anyone's game, and we're looking at 24 turns now. This is crazy. Nidaros, is anything flipping? Do we have another error coming? Yes, we do. So this might be key here. Also, I don't think we're going to get to the apocalypse mode. I don't think it's going to happen. But it would be so hilarious after all my talk about how apocalypse mode doesn't change anything for a freaking meteor to come down and blow up Nidaros. And then Harald ends up getting third place. Would that not just be perfectly ironic? It would. So someone's rolling with rock bands. My assumption is probably Pericles, but I think it's too little too late. He's got 500 culture, but yeah, it's way too late now. So he needed that 500 about 100 turns ago, and that's when he would have gone out super early. I don't think the rock bands give you any era score either, or any score, so I don't know that that's actually going to help him. Harald is now, he's grown his lead ever so slightly. This era, we ended up with the Dark Age for Greece. Oh, Greece, that was a bad time for that. Although he is building a stadium, which would potentially give him the Estadio. Let's see, she did not go with the Estadio. So as far as we know, no one has built the Estadio yet. It's still available for Greece. He's running out of time quickly, though. He's got to get it going. Some partisans were spawned over here. Now, do pillage districts count towards your score? I would assume so. So then, if that's the case, does he have an extra, 4 points on his score right now? And then once this, like, fully submerges, then he would lose those points? I don't know. Same thing with that. That would be rather interesting if we get to the next level and they all get submerged. And then he loses a bunch of points that way. So Pericles... was he one of our winners? No. It was Brazil. It was Mongolia. Yeah. Then it was India, and then it was Teddy. But I think Pericles, this might be one of the first times he hasn't made the knockout rounds. I want to say, I feel like Pericles has always done fairly okay in these AI-only series, which, because I always talk crap about Greece, and then Greece always comes out and, you know, does a halfway decent job with the AI, so. How strong is Hercules? 112 melee strength, dude. That's crazy. That's nice. Like, what's the melee strength on the death robot? So it's 120. What's the melee strength, though, on it? 140, 130 base strength. So Hercules is almost as strong as the death robot. Can you just imagine that? You have a giant metallic, like, death robot walking out there, and it, like, looks down at the small little man, and the small little man just, like, runs up and just rips a leg off. I am Hercules. Hear me roar. That's not what it is. But still, that would be kind of crazy. All right, so the stadium's going to be completed. Now, are you going to immediately go for the wonder? The tornado, actually, he is. I was like, he doesn't have a spot for it. Yeah, he does. Wait. It says Bate. Oh, okay, never mind, that's a Bate. I thought that was actually the beginning of the stadium construction. So now he decided not to go for it. Oh, come on. Come on, that's so disappointing. So Simón did not get off the last rocket. Almost 50 points now for Norway. I think Norway was still settling too. I mean, just any cities right now. Same thing, yeah. Yeah, he still has settlers out there, and he still has a couple locations. I mean, they're not great, but like any city at this point is worth it. Same thing here. Like, just settle. Can you? Theoretically, he should be able to settle on here. Yeah. It's his territory, so he definitely can settle there and settle there. So, like, yeah, just pop in a couple cities out, man. Just get a little bit of extra points. Just wherever you can. Even, I think, because you could still technically settle on that. You'll never be able to build at the city center, but whatever. I hope they fix that at some point. I hope. Because it's just weird that you can settle on submerged cities and then just never build anything. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. All right, World Congress. Are we going to have another era before the end? No. So we're 10 turns remaining at this point. We are looking at Simón and Harald making it through. There is a 54 point lead spread between Greece and Harald. 100%. Oh, there went the Estadio. So it did get built, but China built it. We just didn't notice. So essentially, all you Norway fans have to thank China for this victory. China, I think, taking out whatever the city was 100% the reason that Pericles is behind now. I mean, you're size 10, but I can't even imagine whatever the city was. If you're size 10, this city would have been like 15, 20 at this point, I would think. In addition, I'm pretty sure there were some great works there and stuff like that, because that culture took a huge hit. Yeah. And the fact that they ended up having to resettle it instead of settling somewhere else probably came in and made a difference too. Mexico City. Yeah, Pericles is suzerain. I'm like, I wonder what would have happened if he would have ended up taking that. Pericles just like probably needed to go a little more offensive, or he needed to go settle a little bit more. He kind of really just ended up in the pathway that we kind of thought was going to happen to Simón. He basically kind of got trapped in and just was never able to excel. Norway did a really good job though, because this is not really like, this is closer to Simón. You know, this over here is closer to China, and somehow he ended up settling all over here. And like, I think he needed every one of these cities. I mean, he could probably afford to lose one of them and still be okay, but like, these cities became decent cities here. Like, Kristianland is not bad. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, that's a nice national park. Because it's, like, really good production and stuff like that. So, not bad. And he gets the extra culture from it. So, rock bands everywhere. I need to go figure out how to turn off the XML file or turn off the rock band music again. Because I wonder if their mods still exist where it's just like, ugh, just get rid of it. It's just, like, so annoying after, like, a year. What is it, or 2 years now of listening to it? It's just like, oh my God. I just want like dink or donk. Like, just give me a positive note, or like give me a minor note or a major note. Major note, succeeded. Minor note, failed. And then a trill if it succeeds, or if, you know, they level. Something stupid like that. It's all I want. All right, 4 turns left here. Shaka made a good play. I mean, he went and took Moreau, and honestly, if he wouldn't have been at war with everyone, if like maybe the emergency would only have been Nubia, maybe he could have gone and taken some more out. Nubia, they were just a little too slow in settling. I think, were they the one that declared war on Norway early game? I think they were the one that declared war on Norway, right? And they just never were able to recover from it, which we've seen happen many, many times. Failed wars just break the AI. So England actually has a lot of the rock bands. No one's close, right? I mean, because I'm pretty sure multiple people have rock bands, yeah. He did shoot off the last rocket, but yeah. We knew there was no way it was going to reach in time. And Norway ended up slowing his lead to 67 points. So, all right, there you go. So our first group stage is going to officially be done. We're going to have Norway and we're going to have Simón Bolívar make it into the knockout rounds, which means then we got England, we got China, we got Shaka, we got Nubia, and we got Pericles. They're all officially eliminated now from the AI-only Fall 2020 Championship Series. So tomorrow we will come back with Group Stage 2, which, let's see. Group Stage 2, we have Kupe, we have Congo, we have Dido, we have Cleopatra, we have Chandragupta, we have Poundmaker, and we have Bull Teddy Roosevelt. So we'll see how that, if the AI does well with that. like I said, we're going to keep everything on for now. All the different modes. We're going to keep playing with the same modes. So that was Heroes and Legend, Tech and Civic Shuffle, and Apocalypse mode. We'll leave Dramatic Ages off and all that for now. And then what else was I going to say? Let's just double check here. Skewer. Yeah, that's Harald. Yeah, that's Harald. So, yep, those are official 2 winners. But yeah, we're going to keep everything the same through the second chance rounds. Now, keep in mind, I still hadn't heard anything about the patch. I'm recording this on Wednesday, and I hadn't heard anything about it. Let's actually go Reddit Civ real quick. I'm just going to pull up the Civ page here and see if anyone said anything about it. So, no one said anything about it, which to me, because they normally release it on a Thursday, which would make sense that they would release it tomorrow, except having not announced it seems kind of unlikely. Like, they've usually been like, hey, this is coming out on this date. You know, it's not, hey, it's out right now. So that's why I'm kind of thinking it's probably going to be like Tuesday or maybe Wednesday next week. So that means we might be able to get through all the second chance round before the patch. I mean, maybe. I might just have to do some bulk recording and get it knocked out. But, well, I don't know. I'll spend some time thinking about it. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, drop a like, comment. Let me know what you think. As always, hit the subscribe button. Show the game, comment, share, support. I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.